Welcome to the tent. Hey guys, it's been a while, and I really wanted to talk and touch up on this little subject for a while because a lot of people don't understand the ramifications of this limitation and what it really affects. The problem I'm talking about is the PS3's 3D capabilities. Now I'm going to pace around a little bit just to maintain my mindset on what I'm talking about so it can be more comprehensible. But a lot of people don't get why 3D in PS3 games are going to be 720p at 60 frames per second per eye. And that's not just because of the limitations in the RAM, the CPU, and the GPU. It's also because of the limitation in another component. Let me bring up this example. On the PSN, you have Echochrome, the original Echochrome. That is the only PS3 game that you will ever see that's 1080p at 120 frames per second. A game that's got so few in resources, you would think that it would be that easy just to make it in 3D at 60 frames per 1080p 3D at 60 frames per second per each eye, right? No. Why? Because of a very constrained factor in the PS3, the HDMI. Since the PS3 is using HDMI 1.3a, it's not going to be able to do 1080p at 60 frames per second for gaming because it doesn't have enough bandwidth to put that much on screen. That's why if you do see some kind of 1080p 3D, that's going to be on 3D Blu-ray movies. That's because it's going to be rendering a game over under at 1920 by 2220p at 48 to 50 frames per second, 24 to 25 frames per second per eye. And that takes a lot of resources out of the HDMI port. So even there, something had to give. To produce those kind of visuals in the 3D Blu-ray movies, that had to take away resources from the audio portion of HDMI. So, Dolby True HD and DTS HDMI had to be removed to maintain that picture quality. A lot of people keep getting these misconceptions about it, but I'm hoping this clears up the real limitations of why the PS3 can't do 1080p 3D in their gaming. I hope this clears some things up. And right now, gaming-wise, the PS3 is the only platform right now that conforms to the HDMI standard for 3D. That's why PC format has their own, so many different ways of doing 3D that can do 1080p at 60 or 60 or more frames per second per eye. That's because they are not conforming to the HDMI standard. And I hope that clears up one more portion of the PS3's real limits. This is Yules1, the Homeless Gamer, signing out.